Hey there everyone, this is Amy here. Today we are in my back garden and I just wanted to share with you some of the roses I currently have that are currently in bloom. I have roughly about 45 roses in this back garden. Okay, let's start off the first one with apricot candy. And she's a first year rose that I have currently planted in a really large terracotta pot. And this is her tag right here. She's doing really well. She has suffered a little bit from powdery mildew, but I've sprayed her down, so I think she's rebounding nicely. Next one, I have a new one in the garden this year. This one is a David Austin rose, and she is called Thomas A. Beckett, I believe here. That's how you pronounce it. Super fragrant, lovely pink color. She's planted right beside my climbing rose here that is trailing up my pergola. And this pink one is no longer in bloom, but when she was in bloom, my gosh, she was gorgeous. There she is. Usually she comes in a cluster like this. Super fragrance, abundance of bloom. She would have blooms from top to bottom, from top to bottom. I'm trying to train her to go straight across here and also down this way. So one day she'll meet up with my wisteria, as you can see here, the purple one. I think they'll look great together. Okay, over here, this one gotta be my top 5 roses that I have in all of the roses I have in my garden. First year in the garden, and look at her color. This one is called Pretty Lady. Got her, I believe, I can't remember if she was from a local nursery or either at Canadian Tire, but look at the color. Super gorgeous, very fragrant, and I love the way she grows. I think she's a floribunda if I'm not mistaken, and she grows in a cluster like this. This one is actually a small cluster. Sometimes there's like 5 of them on here. She does get a bit heavy when it rains, and it tends to bend the stem a little bit when it does rain, but isn't she gorgeous? Super pretty. Beside her is a new one I got this year, Cosmo Fairy Tale. This is the one I mentioned before where I said the tag here does not look anything like the bloom. Tell me that's the same. I don't see the resemblance whatsoever, but she's pretty, so it's fine. I have more over here. This one is called Strike It Rich. There's buds, but there's no bloom right now. This one is called Summer Romance Perfuma or something like that. She has a tiny bit of bloom, but not really impressive right now. She's had her first flush already. I got, this one is a yellow one. I don't have the name tag. I don't know what it's called. And then 2 more over there that are not in bloom. This one is also a 2-year-old rose. Sorry there, Delish. Super gorgeous when she's in bloom, but she has not been doing very well this year. So I can't wait until she rebound back and give me more blooms. I have a climbing rose here right beside the other one. This one claims to be a white is it white dawn? Yeah. It does not come out white. It is more pale pink blush-ish color. Not in bloom right now. Let's go over here. I got this orangey, deep orange, I guess, a rose. This one also comes bloom in a cluster, very pretty. This one I got from Costco, Sunbelt, South Africa. Really, really pretty apricot, or orangey color more than apricot. Right beside her here, this one is no longer in full bloom. She has one old one left. Starts off white and kind of mature into a bit of a pinkish rose. And this is her name tag, Delaney Sisters. Right beside her is this Dark Desire rose. Super pretty color. I'm really drawn to these type of deep pink or dark pink, if you will. The bud comes out like this color and it blooms into this color. And here's another bud coming out. So far she hasn't produced a whole lot of blooms. A first year in the garden. I hope next year she will produce more. In the back there, I have a Queen Elizabeth. She's first year, not growing a lot. Also a climbing rose here. I can't remember what variety it is, but first year, doing okay. Have not produced a lot of blooms. This one is a new one also, first year. Pink Promise. This is the only bloom that's remaining. She has not produced a whole lot of blooms this year. Understandably, it's her first year, but she's doing really well, growing lots of leaves. This is my Sunny Knockout that I think I mentioned before. Not super impressive. Not sure if I will be keeping her around for much longer. Kind of sitting on the fence of digging her up and giving her away. We'll see. I'll decide next year. And I have a yellow one right here. Kind of fading already, but really pretty when she's in full bloom. This one is called Moonlight Romantica. Very pretty. New one I planted this year. This one I got from Canadian Tire for sure. This one, the color in the picture does not look anything like the actual bloom itself. This one comes out orangey red, which is not the type of red that I like. So I most likely will be digging this one out next year to give away. Next one beside her is this pretty light pink rose. This one already had her big flush, so not a lot of blooms right now. But this one I've had for many, many years in the garden. What is this one? How do you pronounce that? Morden blush, I guess. But it's a really pretty one. It comes in a cluster like this when it's in bloom. Okay, let's move along here. This one had her big flush already, but now producing 2 buds, and it's a really pretty pink. But look at the formation of this one. This one is all dressed up, and look at the center of it. Oh my gosh, when she had her big flush, she was gorgeous. So hoping next year I'll get more bloom out of her. Another Moonlight Romantica in the back there. I'm not sure why this one is growing. Look at that, super long stem there. So I kind of trail it along there. I'm not sure if it's going to be a climber or not, but we'll see. This one is another one of those, that blush one. That's the same on the other side. No bloom right now. This one is some kind of lemonade knockout or something. Like, I lost a tag, but you know what? I'm not impressed with it. I am planning to dig this one and give away next year. This is another Sunny Knockout. Same as the other side. This is a patch with 4, 5 roses in here. They're not currently in bloom, but they were in my previous video. Got some buds on them. But this one is called Easy Does It. Super gorgeous bloom when she's flowering. Very, very pretty color. This one is Living Easy, I believe. Yeah. Have lots of buds, but no open blooms. Same thing with this one. It's called Blessings. Got some buds on her, but no open bloom right now. This one, too bad she's just dropped all of her petals. She's so pretty, super fragrant. Sun in the Sun, she's called. First year in the garden, so she's still on the small side. This one, I believe, is her 2nd or 3rd year. This one is, I think, 2nd year. This one for sure is her 1st year. And right beside Sun in the Sun is my Dancing in the Dark. I have 2 of this in my garden. And look at that deep, deep red. Out of all the deep or red roses, this type of red, definitely my favorite. I loved her so much, I actually got 2 of her. Oh, the bloom is so pretty. Oh my gosh, the only thing missing is the fragrance. She doesn't have any scent whatsoever. The other beauty about this plant is that when the bloom is done, this part right here will fall off on its own. So you do not need to deadhead it, which is really great. So another one right here. 1st year in the garden. Oh, forgot to mention, this one is 2nd year. These 2 have been here for 2 years now. This one does not have any open bloom right now, but she does have a bud right here. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that, so I'll just show you the tag. Beautiful peach color. This one has a light fragrant when she's in bloom. And check this one out. I love these colors. Oh my gosh. I just realized I got a whole bunch of colors that are similar. I guess I really love this shade. This is her bud when she's ready to bloom. This is an old bud when she is not flower or out of flowering. And this one is called, I think, Peach Glory, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Peach Glory. And look, she has some buds. It's grown so much. And then the super tall ones up here also have flower buds on them. Really pretty one. I have a climbing rose here that I bought, but she is not doing a whole lot, and I can't remember what her name is, so hopefully next year she's gonna bloom for me. And we come across this one. Oh, I can't forget this one. This one is so pretty. Tequila is what she's called. Costco, $15.99. This year, first year, planted in a pot, and look at that color. It's not only peach, but it's like pinky peach. So pretty. And look at this. This is the other one. The other bloom. Isn't that pretty? And she has been blooming all summer long. She must love life in this pot. It's a really big terracotta pot that I have her in. I'm planning to winter her in my garage. Hopefully she will survive and come back for me next year. And then beside my lantana here is first year in my garden, also in a terracotta pot. Costco, $15.99. Sweet Mademoiselle, I think you pronounce that. These blooms are a little bit on the older side, but this pink is quite pretty too. That's a fresh bud right there, and that's how it looks like. This one, she ages to this when she's a bit older. She doesn't have much of a fragrant per se. I think when she first blooms she does, but once she ages she doesn't really. And this is, you know what? I can't see it from this side, so I'm gonna come over here. I'll show you the other so-called, was it Cosmo Fairy Tale? This is its bloom. It looks quite different from the other one, which I don't understand why, because they have the same name. Comes in a cluster like this. Hasn't bloomed a great deal this year, but she is sizing up really nicely. Look at her here. It was a bit of a slow going flower, but she's doing well now. This is my dahlias and my, whatchamacallit? Oh my gosh, chrysanthemums? I think these are. Oh, here's the other one, the other rose. These, too bad these blooms are a bit old or aged, if you will. Right here. This one is also a new one. Oh, there, I found her tag. Dream Come True. Really pretty. It comes out yellow and then it ages kind of like to this pink. Very pretty. Oh, and I thought I have pruned off all of my purple roses, but there's one left here. So let's go take a look at her. In my previous video, she had tons and tons of blooms on her, but now she's kind of winding down, but she still looks so pretty. Isn't she gorgeous? I'm so sorry, but I bought her many years ago. Don't know the name and don't have the tag anymore, but she does really well. I trimmed her down to keep her size down a little bit, so she's tiny right now, except for these two ginormous stalks. So there you have it. Those are my roses in the garden right now that are in bloom. When the other ones open up, I'll show you their photos or their videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye now.